Okay, Codex has said that it's added a greeting, and he's asking now if we want tiles or do we need tiles. Let's have a look. So I will refresh this and still loading down. Okay, I think I've got to start the dev server. Yep, dev server's not started. So we just do the same command we did earlier, and there we go. You can see it's starting to load. So let's start to test it again. So here we go. Hi, welcome to Peach Tiling. What can I help you with today? Now, obviously, that's not what we're going to see on the SMS, right? Because on the SMS, you've got to go there and you've got to initiate the conversation, okay? So I'm just going to say hello. And then it should kind of respond with something, okay? Come on. There we go. How can I assist you with your tiling needs today? Perfect. Okay. I might say to welcome. Well, it's got the welcome message here, right? So we kind of need to refine this and say, look, wait for the customer to initiate the conversation, then send them a welcome message, and then ask them, how can you be of assistance, right? Okay. So I need a quote. Let's call it estimate. So I want to have a conversation as I would have a conversation over SMS. Okay. Very good. Much better. So now, we may not get a nice as formatted response like this on SMS. That's something we'll have to test. On WhatsApp, we will. Okay, but we're not doing WhatsApp in this video. All right, how many squares? Roughly around 20, okay, squares. Already have tiles. Okay, there we go. Gee, that's fast. So you've got 20 tiles. Sorry, just to confirm, you have 20 square meters to tile, and you'll be supplying the tile yourself. Could you please provide your name and email so I can prepare and send the quote? Also, do you want the work done with standard quality, labor, and materials? I don't know what that means. So we don't need to ask this question because what does that mean? So I'm just going to copy that. We don't need to ask this. Okay. And so my name is Abdul, and I won't put my email. Let it ask again. So can you provide an email address so I can send you the quote? Let me just say, can you send it? Can you just send here? And that means on SMS, right? Okay. Let's see what it says. All right, there we go. For your tiling, using standard quality labor. I don't know what that means, so we'll have to get rid of this. Estimated labor cost is about $9.50. Since you're supplying the tiles, there's no material cost from us. Now, that's also something we've got to fix because we're going to need adhesive and things like that. If you like, I can email you this quote summary. Just let me know your email address. Okay, so that's okay. Let's now fix a couple of things. Let's go back to Codex and say we don't need to ask about this, right? This confuses the customer. Use the default. Okay, and the reason I say that is because if we go back to our sheet, we have a default. Okay, which is somewhere here, settings. So default, right, for the quality, okay, and complexity. So that's the default. So I noticed that when Codex set that up. Now, what was the other thing we needed? Right, adhesives. Now, we will always need to use our own adhesive and perhaps glue and grout, even though customer has their own tiles. So it will never be labor only. All right, so let's add that in, and then once this is fixed, we will move on to integration with SMS because I think from this point we're in a pretty good state of the conversation flow. Okay, so let's wait for Codex to respond. We'll test once more. I'm going to just stop dev server so I can rebuild. Control C, yes, stops the dev server. That allows Codex to rebuild everything, save the files. If we don't stop the dev server, sometimes it can't overwrite files. Okay, so it looks like it's fixed everything. It's building it again, and we'll have to restart the dev server once it tells us. Then we can test it again, and hopefully by then. I mean, I like it already. It's in a pretty good state, right? Just those few minor things. And this is exactly what you need to do. You've got to sit down with your client and test it and make sure it's right. And they give you feedback, and because they know their business, right? You're not a tiler, you're not an electrician, you're not a plumber, you're not a gardener, okay? So you build out a base, and you sit with the client, and then you go through with the client using a test interface like I have before you integrate with SMS and database and everything else, okay? All right, so let's start up the dev server again. All right, so npm run dev, go back to our browser. I'm going to hit a refresh. Okay, hit the refresh, and there we go. So hello, let's just say hi. Right, that's what a customer would do to initiate some kind of a conversation over SMS. Right, remember we're not deploying this interface. This is just for us to test the conversation. Okay, Now, the last step I will do after SMS is integrated is fix up the email template. All right, I'm just going to say need tiling. Okay, right, good. How many square meters? I'm just going to say bathroom, small bathroom. Don't have tiles yet. Okay, could you please estimate the size of the bathroom? That's good in square meters. So I'm just going to say 45. Okay, so you can see that customers don't always provide everything you ask for, right? Could you give me your name and email? Okay, excellent. So it's Abdul, and it's either Abdul. Let me just say, when can you come out? So we're going to ask a question that the tool doesn't know how to answer. There you go. I can help you with a quote and then arrange scheduling once you decide to proceed. Let me ask again. Are you going to be able to come next week? Because I need this now, right? There we go. Once we finalize the quote and you approve it, I can check our schedule for next week availability and arrange a booking for you. So there you go. That's good. Good response. So it's Abdul, e.abdul. There we go. That's my email. Send it there. Okay. So I'm happy with the current conversation flow. Okay. So I think now what I want to do is Yep. Okay. So prepared the quote, and let's just make sure. See how I typed in my name and email. You can't see it here, but I'll just put my name with a dot and then my email. Let's see if it's correctly extracted that. So yeah, it's got my name, it's got my email. Very good. And these are all the tools it's called, which is good. Looks correct. Now the total comes to 6,000, including materials, labor, buffer, and tax. Now we can refine this, right? We don't need to say that it includes buffer. So I'm just going to say that now. I'm going to copy this. So we don't have to mention the quote includes a buffer. That is for internal only. I'll just paste in the response, hit enter, and I think I'm now happy with everything here. Please check your email, and to let you know once you've approved, we can discuss scheduling. Very good. Now let's double check the email. Did I get the email? Oh, here we go. Yes, I've got the email, 45 squares, very good. It's the same as before. Let me bring it down. Okay, now we can obviously improve this, but I'm not going to do that in this video. Okay, that's easy. You can just talk to Codex and tell it exactly how you want the email to look, but the email's coming through, which is great. What's important is we get it now right on SMS. So that's the next step. Okay, so Codex is just fixing up the conversation. I'm going to stop the dev server, Control C, and now I'm going to move on to integration with SMS. That's the next step. Okay, so we'll do that in the next video.